Hey everyone, it's me, your December Master, Peak. Welcome to the pre-roll. This episode is a long one, and it's all episode, no breaks or extras. Except for this one, so I'll make it quick. Our live show is coming up in the next couple days, a D&DQ one-shot adventure with special guest star Jordan Raskopoulos at the Giant Dwarf Theatre in Sydney. It's going to be set during Hotmas in xan'moxie, so you could say it's a holiday special of sorts. Tickets are still available at giantdwarf.com.au/events/DNDQAU. For all of you extra planar listeners who don't live in Sydney, we also have live stream tickets available for sale. We hope to see you there. December is always a busy time for everyone, and we've got a heck of a busy one coming up. On top of the live show, we're planning on recording the remaining episodes of the season all in the upcoming week, no matter how long it takes. But for the rest of the month, I'm going to apologize in advance for any interruptions to the release schedule. We're planning on getting the last episode of Season 2 out in early Jan. Then we'll take a little break for rest and planning, and then we'll be back soon after that with an explosive Season 3 premiere. If you follow our socials at DNDQAU on Twitter and Facebook, you'll be the first to hear the news. But for now, just sit back and enjoy the episode. We're nearly at the end of this wild ride.
And now, for our regular scheduled programming. Let's see what's happening in the magical metropolis of xan'moxie in this thrilling installment of Dungeons & Drag Quiz!
So as you stand there on the edge of this platform in front of this orb terminal where you have now arranged a path toward the core of Repaira through these glass tubes that twist and turn all the way through the plane, these 4 drones have appeared. Callisto and Lady, having just dealt with their own drones, coming over to help you at the terminal. But we are now in initiative, which I have pre-rolled. But of course, Cleo, as always, gets to get off her quick draw crossbow.
Pew. Sounds from somewhere in the battlefield as she draws her crossbow.
That's just what it sounds like those sounds of like bone rattling and robot sounds, just the occasional pew 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 pew.
I'm picturing. Well, I'm visualizing with my ears the sound of the drone racing from. The first Star Wars movie and the new. Do you know what I'm talking about? The pod racing. Pod racing.
Now
Sorry.
this is pod racing,
Which is a droning sound. We got there in the end.
Just imagine that. Actually, yeah, like the cheesy sci-fi sounds from Star Wars are like perfect for what's going on in the background of Repaira. So just imagine that. Or just pull it up in the background and listen to that while you listen to this episode.
The ambiance.
I got 11 plus 5.
Cool. So that's going to hit. I assume you're targeting this at the nearest drone?
Yes.
Very good.
Drone. That is 6 damage.
6 damage. And you fire a bolt right into this drone's eye, big red eye, and it isn't looking good, but it's still up.
I think this is one of the first times, correct me if I'm wrong, that it's like actually worked in the last few fights. I feel like I've missed a lot.
No, you've been very inconsistent. But yeah, so you hit that drone for 6 damage, and it is Miriam's turn at the start of initiative.
I look at my friends and say, "Should we stay or go?
Should we stay or should we go?"
As you say that, Lady says, "Yeah, go on. We can handle this."
Okay, thank you. So she's going to use her action to cast Cure Wounds on herself, and then use her movement to jump into the tubes.
Very good.
So the healing is nice, 7 and an 8 plus 1, so that's 16 points of healing. That's a 2nd level spell she was using.
Very good.
And
much needed health points.
Much needed for Miriam. She wasn't doing too well. And then she's going to use her movement to jump into the tubes.
Cool. You do that. Miriam leaps for the tubes, and immediately you just your momentum is just interrupted by just this shoom of you being pulled into it. And it is Cleo's turn.
I will dive.
Cleo jumps into the tube. Shoom.
Pew pew pew.
And it is Lady's turn. She gets in the. She steps near the tubes and kind of just takes a guarding stance. And anyone trying to move past after the drones have acted, which they're about to, will have an advantage on checks to try and avoid them. But it is now the turn of the drones. 2 of the drones dive at Lady. She manages to dodge both of their strikes. The other 2 go for Tom, who is standing in the way. And one of them is going to be a 1. It just crashes past you and into Lady's hammer. But the second one is going to hit you for some damage.
Oh boy.
No.
As it crashes into you and just an arm just protracts with like a tiny little stabby knife and just nicks you for 5 damage.
Do you have something that can reduce that, Tom?
Based on your tone, I'm assuming you do.
Yes, once around, you can use your reaction against an attack to halve the damage you just took.
I'll do that.
Uncanny dodge.
So you uncannily dodge, and you'll take only 2 damage from the little tiny knife.
Glad I used that thing that I definitely know about.
And it is Callisto's turn. Tom rolled
Ooh.
very poorly, unfortunately.
Yes.
I don't remember doing that.
Callisto runs up to the orb terminal, and the spectral hands appear in front, and then blossom out into 10 different hands that begin just rapidly typing on the orb terminal, as if they were a hacker in a movie. And they tell you, Tom, go on ahead, we can handle this. I'll see if we can send any help your way.
All right.
And it is Tom's turn, and to move past these drones, you'll need to make an acrobatics check, but you do have advantage because Lady is helping you.
God, they're so cool.
They are. They're the most competent two
Mm.
of that group.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Arguably some of the more competent characters in xan'moxie.
Arguably. Maybe we're the B team and they're the A team.
19.
Cool. Describe how you weave your way through these drones.
First of all, what's around me that I can jump on?
I mean, there's the terminal itself. You also think Lady could just give you a little boost if you gave her a bit of notice.
I don't give her any notice. And instead, I leap from my stance onto her and over the drones.
Great. She's very tall and very strong, so even though she's very surprised, she can handle it. And you leap over her into the glass tube following your friends.
Thanks.
Could have used some warning, but it's fine. Good luck. And as Tom gets pulled into the glass tubes. So the 3 of you are rocketing through Repaira through these tubes. So currently, you do have a moment to breathe. If there's anything you'd like to do, any spells you'd like to cast, or anything.
How's
you'd like-
everyone's health again? Are you good?
I'm on 44 of 67 hit points.
All right. I want to do. I'm gonna give you 2. Can I borrow a dice?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use my healing light
Ooh.
and give you 2 HP.
Woo! Thank you.
Can I say?
You're a gentleman.
Very generous.
We also
Two
have
hit
healing
points.
potions on us, right?
Huh?
We have a healing potion.
I think
Yeah,
you have
we packed
some. You bought 3?
Mm.
Yeah, you bought 3, and then any else that you might have in your inventory as well.
Yes,
How about
I have a greater potion of healing. Okay, cool. Yes, I will use one more spell to cast healing, cure wounds on myself at level 1.
Sure. Yeah, Miriam has taken the brunt of the damage
Yes,
here in Repaira.
I get another 8 hit points. No, 9.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Get it, girl. Get that help.
Cool.
Cool. So you continue rocketing through Repaira. On Miriam, I think you're holding Snapdragon's tracker.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see you were just bypassing like the route that it set up for you, and you were just rocketing towards like the big glowing dot where the core is located. As you come up through these tubes, and they start to branch off in different directions, but you are set on your path. Could you all make me perception checks?
All of us?
Non-natural 20.
19.
14.
So Miriam and Cleo, you both notice in the corner of your eye, coming out of a fork in the tube to your left, there appears to be a large spider-like drone that is crawling through the tubes, headed in your direction.
It's crawling, is it?
Yeah, it is just like running through the tubes, just legs everywhere in this round sort of environment, just running towards you faster than you are being pulled through the tubes.
Oh boy. Now the tubes themselves, how big is the diameter?
They are quite large. Imagine like they could comfortably fit a broken sofa, which I'm using as a stand-in for broken junk in Repaira.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all-purpose tubes used for moving junk around, so they are quite large.
Well, I asked that because I can cast a spell called Spike Growth, which can make a 20-foot radius patch of spiked thorns and things like that. So I'm thinking of doing that to block its path.
Incredible. Yeah, you could definitely cast that in a ring around the entire tube. That'd be very effective. Describe to me what this looks like. The tubes are of a glass-like material, not necessarily glass. It's probably a bit sturdier, but it's basically glass. Transparasteel, if anyone is familiar with the extended universe of Star Wars. It's the stupid made-up word for glass.
We already had a name. Nice.
It's magic space glass.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to use the magic space glass to create these kind of like twisted thorns that kind of sprout out of the the sides of the tube into a patch of like deadly thorns,
Very
like you'd see in
cool.
the Maleficent movie.
Very cool.
Terrible movie. Don't watch that.
Terrible movie, but it was fun to watch.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was bad, but I liked seeing it.
Sure.
It was very gay.
Just
Yes.
enjoyed the costumes.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So this large spider robot comes to a skidding halt as it is scraped through your glass thorns
Yes.
as parts fly off of it. You have dealt with this. However, could you all roll me just a general d20?
General D20.
16.
14.
13. Unlucky for some.
And unlucky for Tom.
Aw.
I need you to
I'm
make me a
some.
dex save as this construct is just losing parts as it's being dragged through Miriam's spike growth as its legs fall off and its body, now deactivated, is now just flying straight toward you.
That is a 4.
Oh boy.
Another one.
Oh, so not my right. Sorry. Oh, right.
Slightly more
6.
reliable.
Yeah. So 7. That's better, right?
7 will still miss. You're going to take 10 bludgeoning damage.
I don't want to.
As this large metal chunk crashes into you, and because it's not an attack roll, you can't use your uncanny dodge on it.
The chunk.
Wow.
But knocks you
That's a photo.
square in the chest and keeps going, and you're only briefly interrupted, but you did take the damage as you keep going in these tubes.
I ate this. Are we there yet?
As you continue zooming through Repaira, behind you, you notice that a swarm of smaller drones, similar to the ones that you were fighting back where Callisto and Lady were, seem to be pursuing you.
So they're behind us.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
So I'm also picturing this as us like traveling through the Bifrost.
Very good.
Just for all of the visuals. Yes. But yes, okay, so there's drones approaching from
Hey,
behind.
it can be gay frost or lesbian frost.
Absolutely.
Don't judge
I'm
it.
not here to
As the DM, I'm going to say that it's the Bifrost. Hashtag bi visibility.
Pink, are you bi?
Am I?
am I?
You've never mentioned.
Never mentioned it before. It's a new fact.
I love that.
By rights.
Great. So there's drones
Yes,
flying
tailing behind you.
Flying drones tailing behind us. Does anyone else
Are we
wanna do
in?
something,
Are we
or-
still in initiative order?
No, you're kind of just reacting to things as they
I
happen.
was the second to jump down, right?
Yeah.
Do you reckon I could squeeze? Would Cleo be able to squeeze spells past Tom, or would I definitely hit Tom?
Oh, no, you could definitely go past Tom.
Can I just start Eldritch blasting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And I'll get out my longbow if I can get a
Mm-hmm.
shot between these two.
Sure. Yeah, you can all make ranged attacks before... You think that you can all try and get rid of them before they get closer.
Alright.
But there are 5 of them.
Look, I just swapped out my dice today, and let me tell you, it was the right choice because I've been rolling nicely. Touch wood.
I got a 16 and a 21.
Both of those will hit. Don't bother rolling damage. You take out 2 of the drones.
I got
Pew,
a
pew,
24 and a 23.
Both of those will also hit.
So, has anybody ever used those cooking beads that you use for...
like the stuff that you use to blind bake a pie crust.
Correct. Yeah. We all know what they are.
Yes.
Yep.
Cooking?
Yes.
Yes.
Or for
And have we all seen the rubber bands they put around asparagus?
Listeners of the last episode will be very familiar with the asparagus rubber
Yeah, good.
bands.
Yeah, great. And we also all familiar with the 2-pronged fork
Oh, like
that
for
you
like
might
a
use for
roasting.
like a roast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Tom has all of those things.
Well, let's see if you do. Roll me your tool die, which is a D10 at the moment.
I still have them, right? It's
Oh, yeah.
3.
So you do manage to cobble together this little metal bead launcher. However, you do deplete some of your supply. So it goes down to a D8, which will also be the damage dice for this attack. Go on ahead and make an attack roll.
18.
Oh, so that will hit.
Yes.
And that would be a D8, but no need to roll damage. And you have dealt with all 5 of the drones that I sent after you.
We're a crack squad.
As you continue heading closer and closer to the core, you think you're nearly there, when suddenly out of the corner of your eye, you see the giant mechanical suit that Mom had made for herself to fight the Bone Titan that Lilia Mortis is piloting. They are engaged in combat, grappling each other to the side of the tube that you're currently flying through. And Lilia lands a big punch into Mum, which sends her flying towards the glass tubes as her giant robot body crashes through the tubes. And Lilia's form comes through, and they both just move past you. And ahead of you, there is now just a big gaping hole.
Oh no. We're just moving towards it, right? Like,
Mhm.
it's kind of
There
beyond
is
our-
And what's on the other side of the... Like, what direction is this going down? Is this going, like,
So
being shot up to the left?
now the tube ahead has just been completely bisected. So the tubes are kind of just, both ends that have been disconnected are kind of just moving in different directions now, as this network of tubes is suffering some damage. So you still have the momentum of being pulled through the tubes, but you will not just automatically get into the rest of the hole.
Okay. So, I mean, we're not touching anything, right? So we can't really do anything until we come out of the tube.
Unless you have any bright ideas.
How does Misty Step or Fate Teleportation work with holding items or people?
Items, yes. People, no.
Well, I'm fine.
So if we just shot straight through, there's a chance we could just make it through on momentum.
Possibly.
Possibly.
I have fly, so worst comes to worst, I could probably catch one of you guys and throw you in the tube, and like, drag you into a tube with me.
I'm going to try with my hand axe. Can I reach the side of the tube to try and stop myself?
Yeah, I think they'll take a bit of force, so go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Okay, cool. And my intention is not to like completely stop myself with a hand axe, but to swing myself on, and then I'll use my planar boots to use my spider climb on the side of the thing. But we'll start with the hand axe. So, was that athletics? Sorry.
Yes, roll with advantage because the boots will help a lot with that.
Okay, sweet. Didn't help. 14.
Cool. You're unable to stop yourself.
Great.
But you don't sustain any damage, and you will... that was your chance, and you will fly out of the tube.
Okay.
Tom.
So wait, you've not made it.
Miriam tried to stop herself, and instead she just continued flying out of the tube. She's now mid-flight between these two tube connections.
So
Tube Connections is the name of my EP, by the way, if anyone wants to listen.
so where the hole is
Mhm.
it all the way around the tube, or just like at the bottom of the tube and the top's fine?
The tube's just been interrupted. Like you just took a section of pipe out between the
Right,
two tubes.
completely. Okay. Is there a way for me to just like use all my paws up against the side to like skid to stop? Or is it
Yeah,
just gonna injure me?
I think you could like finesse your way into moving your body close to the sides and doing that.
Yeah.
You can make an acrobatics check to attempt that. If you would like to sustain damage, you can roll with advantage. So you just take, but you do have disadvantage on checks, so you will have disadvantage unless you take. Look, I'll say that if you take the damage, I will cancel out your disadvantage entirely and give you the advantage.
Sleepy Tom.
Sleepy. Okay, let's do it.
All right, go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Oh wait, what?
Oh, sorry, with advantage.
We just negotiated this, damn it. So that is 17.
So you make it, and Tom manages to stop himself and get closer to the sides of this and skid to a halt with your kitty cat claws, but you will take 6 damage. And Cleo, what are you doing? So Tom has skidded to a halt at the edge of this tube. Miriam is free flying across. Fly does have a range of touch.
Okay. So am I flying out the tube at the same time?
So you, this is your chance to do something to
Well, no,
stop yourself.
I was before Tom.
Yeah, I just went by clockwise in the
okay.
room order.
Oh,
Because this is all kind of happening simultaneously.
Yeah. Who, from my perspective, do I feel like who looks like they're probably going to fail more? Or is that
I have already failed.
I mean, yeah, Miriam has already failed and is flying through the air and will have to figure out how to land in the other tube. Tom has stopped and has to figure out how to get across.
What levels are you casting fly at?
Oh, yeah. You can cast fly on 2 people.
Maybe.
You can, because you can only cast it at a 4th level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you can target 2 people with fly.
That would be
But I
great.
don't need to.
But you
But
should.
you could.
But I
'Cause
can't
then
get
we
it.
can-
I still can't get across yet. I've stopped myself, but I'm
Because
not.
there's only going to benefit 2 of us, and then we'll have to walk. So
Yeah, but also I won't fall to my death, and neither will you. if you come and touch me.
No, because I can touch you. You'll be able to fly. I'll teleport to the tunnel.
But then you only have to use one spell to do this.
Oh,
It's like you could target a second person for free regardless, because
'Cause
your
you
spells are
cast
always
it as
cast
a
at the
higher
highest level.
If you're going to cast a spell, you may as well cast it on yourself as well.
fair.
Or you could cast
let's
it
do
on Tom.
Or on Tom.
The two
Yeah,
of
what
you
about
could-
me? How am I getting
The two of you could probably.
I'll be fine.
Tom's the lighter one.
I'll be fine.
All right, I'm gonna cast it twice.
Well,
Cool.
you only cast it once.
Well, you cast it once, but you target two people.
Yep, sorry.
So you're casting on yourself and Tom?
Yeah.
Great. So, Cleo, you rush past where Tom has stopped, and you cast Fly on yourself and Tom as you both begin floating, and you have free movement through the air.
I go for Miriam.
Sure. As Cleo hurtles out of this tube, propelled by her magical flight towards Miriam, and you manage to accelerate to where Miriam is now falling. She's reached the height of her launch, and she's beginning to descend. But you reach her just in time, and you are now holding Miriam.
like this, like in her arms, like a baby.
Oh, like a
Yeah.
fireman carry?
Yeah, like a Superman.
Fireman over the shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm imagining like a Superman
Yeah.
Lois Lane situation where
Yeah, like if you were like if this was a show, it would like Miriam would drop down and then like, it looks like she's crashed and all of a sudden it's like ba-ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-bam-bam-bam.
Oh,
except
beautiful.
Cleo is very tall and skinny, and Miriam is like shorter and stout.
Yes,
So,
yes.
but you do have a strength of 13, so you're fine. And just the magic of your fly spell is also assisting you. So you are holding Miriam. You're slowed down while you're holding her, but you can still fly about freely. And Tom, you are also flying, and can just fly across to the other end of the tube.
You know, I don't think I've ever been this physically close to you, Cleo.
No, I believe we've been in very close encounters a lot of times before. We've been through tunnels together, and I remember being very close. I think we've been in skirmishes where there was close proximity.
Are you sweating?
What?
Are you sweating?
I do not sweat.
Okay.
My skin could be crying, but I do not sweat.
As Tom zooms up to the two of you from behind.
Hello, this looks very romantic. Goodbye.
As Tom proceeds past you toward the entrance of the other end of the tube.
I've made it. What are you two doing?
And Tom, as you reach the tube, you feel the sucking force again, and you're pulled into the tube. You're still affected by the fly spell. It lasts 10 minutes. So you have a lot more control in this tube. But you are still being pushed through the tube by the sucking motions. I assume Cleo and Miriam get shrumped in as well.
Mhm.
Very good. Are you still being held?
I don't know. Do you let go of me when we get into the tube?
I do not let go. I continue to hold.
That's beautiful.
Great. Like I said to Candace, you are being sucked through, but you're still affected by fly. So you have more control over your movement, but you're still being pulled forward toward the core.
Cool.
Anyway, I didn't want it to be weird, but I just thought it was nice. It was a nice moment between two friends.
No, I'm just preparing in case there's another hole.
Oh, yes, it's good to be prepared for holes.
We're in here now. You don't have to keep doing that.
Any holes a goal?
Well, that's what I always say.
Tom just takes a little nice reclining motion while being pulled through this tube.
Well, I was thinking about like
Better to get
flying.
rest in.
almost like butterflying,
Oh,
you
yes.
know, or breaststroke. What one was that?
I think that's breaststroke.
That's...
Oh yeah, butterfly goes over.
For those of you
Over.
listening at home, we
Yes.
were making the motions for breaststroking.
Yes.
Well, we
yes.
think we're not
think.
sure.
I'm pretty
But,
sure.
and by breaststroke, we mean the swimming movements.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
not the sexual act.
No, I just, in case you're not clear. That was
I mean, there could be some breaststroking going on behind Tom. Who knows? It's getting a bit
That's
steamy.
true. It is.
Well, that's true. No, we just said it's just friends here. Any hole's a goal. I think it's pretty clear.
Just some friends doing a bit of breaststroking. It's platonic breaststroking.
Yep.
makes sense.
Yep.
As the three of you continue hurtling towards Repaira's core. And
Repaira's
it looks...
core sounds like Repaira is a person.
In a way, she is. That's Mum, right?
This is the perfect opportunity. This is the perfect opportunity for all of you to make me Arcana checks. And Miriam, you have advantage because it's planar law.
Okay. I got a 14.
I got a 14 too.
Ooh.
I got a 3.
So Miriam and Cleo, you managed to recall a bit of planar law. No reason why, just because because this conversation happened out of game, but who knows how thoughts work in universe.
Sure, yeah.
On the concept of Repaira basically being a person, you think that, like, I guess you're right, like, Mum is Repaira. What does that mean, though? There's something you quite can't recall about that with your 14, what the implications of that would be. But yeah, just the thought that Mum is Repaira just echoes in your mind a bit.
We destroy her, we destroy the lot.
Perhaps.
As you can see, the core is coming up ahead as this tube is coming to an end. It looks like it's going to deposit you on a platform very similar to the platform that you entered the tube on. It's got its own orb terminal. As you flung out of it and come to a stop very gracefully on another platform. Ahead of you, you can see a short flight of stairs that heads down to a big open area, and you see on the far end of the room appears to be an elevator. From the top of the stairs, you can also see that there are some large constructs hulking around between you and the elevator, which you believe, according to your map, would head down to the core. They don't seem to be... They haven't noticed you yet. It doesn't look like they're on super high alert. They might just be doing their usual patrol. But there are 3 of them. They each stand at about 9 feet tall.
Oh boy.
They're slow, hulking sort of sentinels.
They're big.
They're big.
So are they blocking the whole passageway? Or how does that work?
So the stairs come down into like quite a large open space, which looks like it heads to other areas as well. But the elevator that it looks like you need to head toward is right past them. If you just walked across, they would likely see you.
Looks like we've got to get past them somehow.
Have we tried killing them yet?
We could, but again, that would put our warning rating up.
No.
Mum would know.
There is always consequences about killing people. It's becoming very tedious in our line of work.
It's almost like we should just stop.
Almost.
Almost.
We probably won't stop, though. Let's be honest.
Won't stop, can't stop.
Reminder, your alert level is at 7.
Why is it at 7? When did that happen?
Wasn't it?
Sorry, it is at 6.
Yes, we talked about doing it, but we didn't.
So your alert level is at 6. And it looks like your goal is right there. So you could call allies if you want. This isn't me like saying please call allies. It's more just that is a way
It's
you
an
can
option. You're
deal with things and with few consequences.
And my vision is a cantrip, right?
Misty Visions.
Misty visions.
Yes,
can
you
do
can
that
use Misty
as well.
Visions as much as you want. It is only a 15-foot cube.
And we established last game that we can walk with it.
Yes, so you can kind of keep casting it every turn as an action and kind of just move around with it in the same way that you would move with like a barrel over you. Yeah, it would certainly aid in your attempts to sneak past these guards. Although it's quite an open area, anything moving past would still be suspicious.
Maybe
Unless
you
can
could
think of something.
be a robot commander.
Yes, I do that. I mask of many faces, and I look like I would have seen like a commander bot or so.
I mean, you could look like Dr. Humanik, the robot therapist that you have just killed.
That's true.
Oh yes, I do.
And you look like Miriam's therapist.
What did
Too
Miriam's
soon.
therapist sound like?
It was just generic robot voice.
Okay, cool. I'm ready. And I start like
What are Tom and Miriam doing as Cleo walks down?
Is there somewhere to like hide and observe?
I mean, from the top of the stairs where you're at, they haven't noticed you yet. It's pretty secure. If they looked this way, they might see you, but you can just peek around the corner, one on each side.
And how far away would we be if Cleo went right up to them?
From Cleo?
Yeah.
About
Well, like where they are now. Let's say that Cleo walks down to them. How far would we be at the top of the stairs?
Stairs probably like 20 feet across. The large chamber itself is probably like 60 feet with the lift on the other end.
Okay, so we could get there in a turn.
Uh,
Dashing.
Tom could get there in a
Tom
turn.
could get there. All right. We might not be able to get you immediately if things go bad, but, you know.
That is okay.
All right. Good luck.
I am a robot now. And Cleo
As-
starts stomping down the hall, and she's making her own like boof, 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 boof.
As you walk into the center of this room, these three large guardians all turn to you. Halt! Ah, Doctor, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be patrolling these rounds. Shouldn't you be in the emotional repair suite?
The emotional repair suite is falling. All units to the emotional repair suite.
Make me a deception check.
Ooh, come on. Please. 2?
14?
We have not received any directives to march in any direction other than guard this area. What gives?
This directive. Uh-oh. 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 Cleo starts uh-ohing. Information received. The emotional lab has fallen.
Actually, roll me an insight check.
13.
You don't think they've completely disbelieved your lie, but they are a little bit suspicious.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
As you begin malfunctioning. What is happening? Should we call another doctor?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All support to the emotional labs. All support. And I start pretending to walk off, but like really fractured and like I'm breaking down.
Roll me a performance check.
18.
So with an 18, you put on a very convincing show of malfunctioning as if you are being directed towards the emotional repair suites. And the 3 sentinels, 2 of them begin following after you. And the one that was speaking to you stands in place and seems to be deep in thought. As you see this as you move past him and you're still walking towards the suites.
Like
Is that
towards us?
Well, I think you would have picked a direction other than them? I assume you would have.
Not knowing where the emotional labs are, I would have probably just walked somewhere random. Away. I would have walked away.
From us?
Yeah.
Why don't you just roll me odds or evens?
Oh, God. We can't help you. We can't see you.
You decide which one.
Cool. Odds.
That is an odd.
Oh, there you go. You happen to be walking in the right direction. As the 2 that are following you, just following along, and the one that you walk past who is unmoving just seems to be, deliberating. And the 2 of you, Miriam and Tom, you see Cleo walking off with these 2 sentinels and this one standing in the middle of the room, deep in thought.
Okay, and they're going away from us at the moment. Is this one looking towards us while in deep thought?
It's probably looking at Cleo. So there is, no. His vision cone is not directed towards you.
Perfect. I mime to Tom, let's go and smash him in the head quietly.
How are we going to do it quietly? I've not ever smashed anyone in the head quietly. I've done it very loudly, like with a frying pan. Frying pan would be a good one because it would really knock him out, but it would definitely make a clang, especially because he's a robot and the frying pan's also metal, so it's going to be a real metal on metal situation.
Deliberating.
Maybe,
This seems suspicious.
maybe pick a smaller object like a knife where you could cut him, maybe carve him up. Oh, we can figure it out on the way.
Or
And I
what we
start
could
sneaking
do.
towards.
Am I not trusting enough? Why do I question everything?
I could wrap a tea towel around like a meat pounder, and I could smack him over the head.
Perhaps it started with my mother. Wait, Doctor, come back. As the sentinel appears to be walking after you and the 2 others.
Go on. I shall address. And I turn to the one that's just asked me to return.
We can walk and talk. After this is all done, do you have any therapy slots available?
Let me check the calendar.
I think I need to address why I have issues trusting people. As you and
People?
we are people, are we not?
What is a person? And what is sentient life?
Wow, Doctor, you are so wise. As the 4 of you are just walking away from the room that Miriam and Tom are in.
That was easy.
This wasn't part of the plan. What about her?
What you mean?
Well, we have to get her back.
But we've got clear passage now.
Yes, but we also need Cleo. We're not going to leave her in the therapy rooms, are we?
You're
No.
walking at a very slow pace,
Yeah.
even though there is allegedly an emergency going on.
We'll start following quietly behind, right? While having this discussion, right?
Aren't we trying to get over to the thing?
We're trying to get there, but at the moment, Cleo's gone off to a different place with the robots, right?
Yeah.
Would it make more sense for one of us to stay?
That's the thing. This is a choice you can make. You could go on without Cleo, or you could try and get her with you. She could slip away and join you later. Many choices.
We're where we want to be, right?
Right.
It feels weird to walk away, because then how are we going to...
I think we need Cleo, though. What if we get separated and she can't get away? I don't want to leave her there by herself.
You're so emotional.
Would you want us to leave you? You were in Cleo's position?
Well, it's different, isn't it? Because it's me, and then I'm affected.
What if we could get someone else to help her?
Well, yeah, why don't we do that?
All right. I'm gonna do the alert level thing and see if we can call in a favor to help Cleo.
Yeah, sure. Technically, this is like a narrative choice that you as players can make to affect the world, but
Right.
I like Miriam taking an active approach to it. So how would you make that happen? I'll still roll randomly to see who you call.
Okay. Or the map thing that we've got. Is there like a panic button?
Sure, let's say that there is a panic button.
Yeah.
So Miriam goes ahead and presses the panic button.
Yeah.
So I will roll a dice and see who shows up.
Good.
Okay. So this was going to be Lady and Callisto, and if they've already been called, then it's just generic undead soldiers. But you have another ally here who you ignored. So
Great.
I'm going to say that as Cleo and these three large sentinels are walking toward the emotional repair suites, which are still quite a long way away.
1 step forward, 2 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
The other two have just completely bought this, and just all three of them are completely enamored with your with your teachings as they are asking all these philosophical questions about the self and identity. And off in the distance, you can see a cloud of fungal spores, and you hear these sounds of metal clanging against each other. And you see towering over some metal pillars and walls, you see a gigantic mushroom. The shroom with a view.
Oh no, that looks like a harmful substance. To protect the ego, you must protect me. Go. Protect me.
Intruders, attack! As these three sentinels rush past you, rushing into the fray, where Madame Mouche is standing in front of Shroom with a View and fighting off hordes of mechanical constructs. She is holding off pretty well by herself, but these three are quite large. She sees the three of them approach, and you off in the distance, not recognizing you at all, and she begins fighting them off. It doesn't look like she will handle this very well, however, just by herself.
How far away are they in front of me?
I mean, they started running, so at any point you can have just decided to do anything.
Like, are they closer to her now, or?
If you would like them to be. But again, you can react as soon as they start running, because you've taken in this whole scene as they've started running off.
Cool. So Cleo brings out her wand, her guise falls, and she casts Wall of Fire along the stretch of the hallway where they've gone past, kind of preventing them from coming back, sort of. So she casts Wall of Fire kind of like on them.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of...
Are you just doing like a wall way across, or are you making it a ring? I think you could close off the path that they're running to with just a line.
Yeah.
Like ring them, or
I think I'll ring them.
Because if you ring them, you can designate a side that will deal damage, so they can just be in the ring and they
Yeah.
can still take damage.
Yes, I will ring them.
Cool. So Cleo calls up.
Sonic's
Ring
coming
my
through.
bell.
So Cleo calls up a ring of fire with these 3 sentinels, and they all make dex saves.
Can we see there's some battle up ahead, perhaps, or is it down a corridor that we haven't?
It is like a fair way away. Not a fair way away, but like not in distance. Not in seeing distance.
What about hearing?
I mean, Tom can make me a perception check.
Very perceptive.
Cool. So 2 of them are going to fail and take 5d8 damage, and the other one will save and take half. So go ahead and roll that for me.
Yeah.
Tom can make me a perception check with disadvantage.
What do I add to that? Is that just a...
It's just the damage. Oh, actually, no, it's a fire spell. So you can add 5 to one of them as a Celestial Warlock. So you can choose for one of them to take 5 more damage. Sorry, 2 more damage. It's your charisma modifier.
Okay, cool. So what am I rolling for that?
So it's 5d8.
5d8.
Yep.
Okay, brilliant.
And you can just choose one of them to take a +2. The one that saved is going to take half damage, and the 2 will be halved as well.
31 with just the d8s.
Yep.
Plus 2, 32.
Cool. So you mean 33.
Yes.
Damn, you powerful.
Cool.
So using spells.
Let's say that the one that was suspicious of you before made the save. So he'll only take half damage, 15. The other 2 take 31 and 33 damage as they are trapped in this wall of fire, and some of their armor plating begins to melt away. They're still up, but you've taken a big chunk out of them. And I guess we'll just do a quick little initiative. This won't take long. Roll quick initiative with just Cleo. What did you get for your perception?
15.
So Tom hears a commotion up ahead. You hear the intruders attack, and possibly you think, was that the sound of flames emerging? Or was it someone just like wringing a blanket to get all the dust off? It could be either.
There's either a blanket or some fire up ahead.
Could be Cleo.
It could be a blanket, though.
What if it's Cleo in a blanket? Wouldn't you want to see that?
What if it's just a blanket?
Wouldn't you also want to see that?
What am I going to do with a blanket? It's quite hot here, isn't it?
Well, you could cuddle up later, I suppose.
Why do you just want to cuddle up with Cleo? Is that what this is?
No, I like her as a friend.
Well, I don't know. There was some weird canoodling going on before. And I kind of feel like maybe there's something going on there, but we can address that at a time that is a bit more...
You know what, Tom? Sometimes it's just nice to be held.
Anyway, I think it was just a blanket. It could have been fire, though.
Okay, let's go check it out.
That exchange was perfect because it took as long as it took me to set up this encounter.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So I've rolled initiative for you, and Cleo, you will go first, but you get to quick draw crossbow.
Yes. Which is d8, right?
Who are you firing at?
One of the weaker ones.
Sure. How about the one that you dealt the extra 2 to? Sure. Go ahead and roll to hit.
That's a 21.
That'll hit.
We're doing good rolls. Humble brag.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm kind of good at this game.
I think I'm winning TNT.
Right.
Now watch all the ones appear.
What'd you roll to hit?
Oh, I've got to actually
21.
roll the damage.
Oh, roll the damage, yeah.
5.
That's good.
Cool. So you deal 5 damage with your quick draw crossbow, and it is your turn. Your wall of fire is still up.
Is that a concentration?
Yes. You're no longer flying, though I guess you all forgot that you were flying anyway. I forgot you were flying, but you're no longer flying because you've cast wall of fire. It'll continue to deal damage at the end of their turns. So,
Or if they pass through it.
or if they pass through it. But it is your turn. You have an action. You can still cast spells so long as they don't replace concentration.
Eldritch Blast doesn't.
Yep.
Yep,
You
cool.
can totally do that.
Let's see what I get. So, that's 24. And that's 12.
They will both. Oh, the 24 will hit.
Cool.
And is that the one that you've just been focusing on?
Yeah, I'm going to
Cool.
try and finish it off.
Finish him.
With 5.
Yep. Cool. You fire an Eldritch Blast through the wall of fire. This one is not looking great. Did you do anything else?
No.
Cool. It is the turn of the leader of this trio, the one with the most opinions, the one that you've also damaged the least, as he turns to see you with your illusion discarded. Lies! Lies! My trust issues were warranted! This has done no wonders for my psyche, as he rushes towards you in a rage, passing through the wall of fire.
Your psyche is a computer algorithm. And a crap one at that.
Cool, it doesn't have to save against the damage. When it runs through it, it just takes it. So go ahead and roll me another 5d8.
I didn't realize this spell was this powerful.
He can be.
Yeah.
I got 31 again.
You roll another 31, wow.
Damn.
Yeah, it was just... I got a 1 and I was like, ah. And then it was like 8, 6.
Cool. Some of his plating falls off as he runs towards you. He runs up to you and is going to make 2 attacks with his large metal fists. And what is your AC, sorry?
13.
So you managed to dodge the first swing, but the second one is going to hit you. Only just, though. Ooh. So you're going to take 9 damage from a punch. And then I need you to roll me a concentration check to see if your wall of fire is still up.
18.
Cool. It's still up. You are clocked in the face, but you're good. And it is Tom's turn. Are you running toward the commotion?
If you're not
Could be a
convinced-
blanket. Can we go and like peek around a corner? Like, do we have to be seen?
You are like a couple rounds away if you do start running.
Yeah, right. I mean, it just feels like she's got it under control.
We don't even know what's happening right now. We just hear commotion. Or you hear commotion.
I heard a blanket. It could have been fire, but
Do I believe Tom heard a blanket?
I mean, you can... now that, Tom, you're talking about it, you think that maybe you can hear something. So you can go ahead and make me a perception check.
22.
You hear someone yelling about having their trust broken.
Sounds like Cleo. She's in trouble. Come on, Tom. Wait, it's your turn, isn't it? Yeah, sorry.
If you both are going to run toward the commotion, you'll get there in some turns, and we'll see if you get there before things are dealt with.
All right.
You start running. Cool. It is the turn of the one that is the most damaged. I rolled, and it is going to make a poor decision and run toward Madame Moosh, passing through the wall of fire. So go ahead and roll me another 5d8.
22. I don't know about you, but I just rolled 22.
Tell me what happens.
So it gets like, you can see it's like red eye get angry somehow, like the seethingness, and it comes through trying to bolt through the fire, and it kind of like does this very speedy dart across, and you think that it's got through fine. All of a sudden it just stops in its track, and bits of it just start crumbling off, kind of like Voldemort at the end of it. And it all just starts fragmenting into tiny like metal shards as it continues to walk through.
Yeah, I love that. So yeah, it rushes forward toward Madame Moosh, but by the time it gets to her feet, it is just a pile of junk. And you've dealt with that one. It is the remaining Sentinel's turn. And it has succeeded its save to be smart about things and does not run through the ring of fire.
That's very
it turns to you, Cleo, and its red eye just focuses on you. And you hear it say, "Spellcaster detected," and its arm just transforms into a cannon. And it's going to fire a bolt of piercing white light at you.
I thought you said pissing.
Yeah.
Starts being on you.
Maybe it's just a bit yellow. Piercing white light.
And how much pierce damage do I take?
Fortunately,
It's 4d6.
fortunately, it
damage.
misses.
Okay.
As a blast of light just arcs past your shoulder, narrowly missing you. And that's its turn, and it's Miriam's turn, and she is running. Wonderful. And it's Madame Moosh's turn. And she sees the sentinel that has just crumbled before her at her feet, and she just saunters up toward the ring of fire, and with a flourish of her hand, a large mushroom just erupts out of the ground beneath where that sentinel is. And it's going to make a saving throw, which is going to fail. She's going to roll damage.
Yeet. Go, Madam Moosh.
Great. So she walks up to the sentinel and beckons this mushroom to erupt out of the ground, knocking the sentinel into the air, as from this mushroom tendrils then emerge and then grab it out of the air and slam it against the ground. Slams it against the ground, destroying it on impact. And it is back to Cleo's turn. You see Madame Moosh has just destroyed that one just now, but there is still the one left in front of you that is still just slinging heavy fists at you.
Oh, yeah.
Why? I was so close to a breakthrough.
I can drop the wall of fire now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I drop that. You are weak. Your ego means nothing to me. And, all right. I'm gonna start again. You are weak and your psyche means nothing to me. And I just, kind of move my hand from pointing to the wall of fire and just kind of, bend my arm towards it slightly and do 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Cool. And you normally have disadvantage for attacking with a ranged attack in melee range, but he is so distraught that you would have advantage, so roll normally.
Cool. Okay, that's 13.
Mm-hmm.
23.
The 13 will not hit, but the 23 will.
So good, he's scolding himself now.
He viciously
11.
mocked himself. 11 damage?
11.
That's good.
Tell me what happens to it.
My arm kind of moves in, and the first one kind of just puffs into smoke and nothing really happens, and then the one kind of glows with a bluish energy, and it just drives straight in through one of the arm, the gaps
Oof.
in the arms, and just blasts straight through. The light continuing to the wall, and this kind of in a Pokemon anime-esque style, splits in half, and just it's bling, and then the 2 halves just start flying off.
He just falls backward, and the camera pans in on him and slows down as it fades to black and white.
All around me are familiar faces.
I had a bit, but that's better. Perfect.
Yeah, and the Donnie Darko theme plays.
I'm thinking more of the Imogen Heap.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I like that.
Where are we?
And for the entire duration of Imogen Heap's hide and seek, the torso of this sentinel is just flying backward in slow-mo. And
I don't know how
over.
much money we have.
And in the time that the slow-mo plays out, Tom and
Miriam arrive on the scene.
I told you it's just a blanket.
The torso is still in slow-mo. And Madame Moosh walks up to you, Cleo, and then sees Tom and Miriam approach. Well, haven't you 3 taken your merry old time? I'm sending you the bill, you know.
What for?
This? You come to my bar asking me for help, and then the next thing I know it, there is a green explosion and I'm here, and I've been fighting for my life for days.
I don't think that's on us.
We are so glad to have found you, though, alive.
Seeing her up close, you could see that she's kind of just cobbled to she's tied together with rags. Her mushroomy hair is just tied back in a greasy bandana that you think used to be maybe a torn off kimono.
That's amazing.
I have been fighting tooth and nail here to keep my establishment untouched from this awful... Where am I? This woman keeps yelling over me and sending things to kill me. I'm destroying them.
That would be Mum. She's the sentient being of this plane, Repaira. And she came to kill us at your inn. And unfortunately, your establishment was transported there. And now you're here.
So I was correct in assuming this is your fault.
Well...
No, it's not our fault, but we're gonna fuck her up, so it's fine.
So if you would like to join us in fucking her up, you're welcome.
Yes, I concur.
I mean, I can do what I can, but I'm on my last legs. But the three of you are going to go face the ruler of this entire plane, looking like that? You look ragged.
Well, thank you very much. We're just gonna nip down to the call and try and switch her off somehow.
Yeah, I imagine there's like a plug that we can just pull out. I
Well-
don't think we need to look a certain way to do that.
Well, I think I've risked my life enough, but I can help how I can.
Okay.
And she's going to cast some healing on you.
Thank
all.
you,
That's
actually. That would be right.
lovely.
Really nice.
Yes, I appreciate this kind gesture.
I'm gonna give you a very good review on Yelp.
You are all healed for 25 hit points.
Oh
Sick.
boy.
That's like, I think that's got me back up.
I'm back to full.
And that's the last one of those I have in me. Right, so who do I talk to about getting out of here? You're going to deal with this awful woman and then I can leave?
Yes.
Look, we're not sure what will happen when we fuck her up.
Are you
but
waging war against her? What's going on? This noise is happening, and I think I saw a couple of skeletons.
Oh yes, there's a undead queen called Lilia Mortress who's trying to take the domain for herself by taking out Mum. She's the distraction right now. We sort of teamed up with her.
The Lilia Mortress that you came to me to help with to get to her domain.
Yep, turns out we found another way there.
Well, I guess you didn't need me after all. And
yeah,
my
thanks for
bar
nothing.
is here, and how are my daughters doing? Are they okay?
Well, their shrieking was fine, I guess.
It was annoying.
They were upset.
Clearly, but they're unharmed. They're fine.
When
Still
we
in the
left
park wild?
when we left them, that's where they were.
Well, that's a relief, honestly. Well, all right. Well, I should join the fight.
Yeah, sure. Maybe if you meet up with Lilia and clearly an ally, she'll give you passage back, or we can talk it all through at the end of the battle.
Gods. Fine. We will discuss reimbursement later. But for now, I need a rest.
Very well.
Good luck with your murder or whatever it is.
No, it's murder. It's more like revenge, isn't it?
Yeah, like a...
Oh, it's entirely justified.
All right, well, rest up.
And she walks away from the three of you, walks up to the shroom with a view, and she flicks her wrist as the entire bar just shrinks down into a smaller mushroom, and then she just picks it up by the stem and just walks away. Don't take too long, please.
Yes, ma'am. Oh,
That's
boy.
madam to you.
Madam.
And she walks away.
Bye.
Goodbye. We're not
wow.
accepting that invoice, by the way.
I'm sure we can find a way around it.
Just won't pay it. What's she gonna do? Exactly. You don't know.
I don't know. But I know I feel much better now. She cast that spell on us.
Oh yeah. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful for that because I was not in a good way. But
In fact, Tom, you're no longer exhausted.
oh, sick. No, I like her now. She's all right. We'll look after her.
That's a great idea. Tom, you can speak with her about providing mushrooms for your restaurant business.
That's a great idea, actually. What kind do you reckon, though? Do you reckon we should get some shiitake kinds? Or maybe some Swiss brown?
We'll start wandering towards the elevator at this point.
Maybe a porcini? Perhaps. The dried kind, though, but then I'll pump them back up with some moisture. I don't know
Again,
what the point of
remember
that
those
is.
remember those sci-fi sounds just happening in the background. As you continue listing mushrooms, but you arrive. at-
Champignon.
Just overhead, there's a bridge.
Unlimited power!
and
What are those big ones that you can sometimes
there's a
use to make a
skeleton
burger?
holding a laser sword.
Yes.
Fighting a robot. That's dark plating.
Yes.
You hear this whole exchange. Your skeletal hand flies off and lands on Miriam as you arrive at the elevator to the core.
You know, when they're like, it's a vegetarian, so they've got to have a burger and they put that big mushroom on it. What's that one called again?
She brushes off the disembodied hand.
No!
I'm not sure what the name of that is, but it's tasty. I know that much.
Yeah, well, it's like big like that. You get that kind as well. What's the long... Is it oyster? Oyster mushroom?
Sure, yeah.
I assume at some point someone pressed the button. And
Oh,
it's
yes.
Ding, 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 ding. And with oyster mushroom, the lift arrives. The doors swing open.
Great. All right. I look around at everyone. Are we ready?
Is a truffle technically a mushroom?
Tom, we need
fungi,
your head in
isn't
the
it?
game. I'm sorry I brought up mushrooms before. I like the future of this, but are you going to be ready for whatever waits us down there?
Is there like a black... Is there a black mushroom?
I'm going to
Black
take that as a
fungi?
yes.
This is just a black fungi, that one. Yeah. Oh,
Get your head out of the kitchen.
It's always in there, though, because it's also right in here. He points to his heart.
Oh, that's sweet.
Anyway, you two are gross.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess I'm ready. Cleo, you good?
Yes,
You
I
would
am
ask
very
that.
good.
Okay. Wow, that's enough out of you. Sometimes it's just nice to hug a friend in a Superman carry while
What
they're
is-
flying.
Am I missing something? I feel like I've missed something.
Oh,
is that a
no,
blanket?
no, you didn't miss it at all, did you? You definitely didn't miss it.
Tom, we're not fucking.
You're on your way.
Oh, Tom, are you upset that I lifted Miriam?
No, it's fine. I was able to breaststroke my way through all by myself. I didn't need anyone carrying me.
I
'Cause you
walk
were
over.
flying.
I walk over to Tom, and
Doors to the lift before you begin to close.
I press the button again and keep my finger on the button.
and I scoop Tom up
Oh my
and
god!
walk
yes.
him across the threshold.
Yes.
And then the will always.
Miriam's just like shaking her head in slow motion, walks into the lift behind them and presses the button for the.
And then Tom just turns around and goes, jealous.
maybe a little.
I'm not sweating. My skin is just crying.
All these songs, by the way, are all diegetic. They're all happening in Repaira somehow.
Yes.
It's just like a broken
Or maybe that's-
radio.
Yeah, there's broken radios everywhere.
Yeah.
Great. So the three of you finally step into the lift.
Didn't think that was going to be that hard, did you?
I did not, but I love where it ended up. There's just one button. You assume it takes you to the core.
Yeah. I pressed the button.
As the doors shut and you begin descending, looking on the tracker, you could see yourselves just hurtling towards the flashing red dot at the very core of Repaira. On the map, at its very center, just a fair way down. And you emerge in a narrow corridor. Immediately, it is very hot, and you can see a orange glow coming from up ahead. You hear the sounds of stuff just falling into water, some kind of liquid. It's very warm down here, and you just hear this heavy beating, like the beating of a heart, just beating constantly at a constant rhythm. If it were a heart rate, you could see that it's racing right now.
We proceed.
Portobello. It was Portobello. That's the mushroom I was trying to think of.
Are you still
really big
in
ones.
Cleo's arms at the moment?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, good. Well, we'll keep an eye out for Portobello's and Mum, I suppose.
Well, no, we don't need to do the Portobellos now. It's just that I thought of it, and you know when you think of the thing that you've been
Course.
trying to think of,
Yes.
and so you got to say it out loud, don't you?
It's like when you
Absolutely.
get a song in your head, and the way to get rid of it is just to finish the song.
Like the one that doesn't end. This is a
Except that
song
one.
that doesn't end.
This is like a 20-foot corridor, by the way. Usually just-
Okay, we'll start walking.
No, I'm assuming you're just doing a very slow walk.
Yeah.
Heading towards where you assume Mum is, having this
assume.
conversation. A
Yeah.
very slow corridor.
It's
Um,
for on and on, my friends.
As the three of you emerge through the other end, towards the end of this walk, you can see into this very large chamber, and the heat gets a bit more intense.
Some people started singing it.
From the edge of the exit, you can see a narrow metal bridge that appears to be going across over a moat of lava. You can see pits of junk being transported from chutes on all sides of this circular chamber, just falling into the lava. You recall earlier from your first time here in Repaira that Mum mentioned an incinerator. You assume this is it?
Not knowing what it was, and I'll continue singing it forever just because it's a song that doesn't end.
In the center of this large circular chamber, you can see the metal bridge about 10 feet across carries you over this lava onto a large circular platform. Suspended above this platform is a gigantic beating metal heart. It is suspended from the ceiling by all kinds of wires and cables, and it is emitting a pale blue glow that is offsetting the warm orange of this chamber. You can see this heart has an eye, much like the eyes you can see on many of the constructs on Repaira. And it is just moving across the surface of this heart as the contraption moves about and whirs, and it is just looking all around as if looking all around Repaira itself.
It goes for on and on. What's that?
That looks like the heart.
And the eye lands directly on Tom as he looks up for the first time, taking all of this in.
I thought we would just have like a plug and we could just pull it out. This looks a bit more.
Oh, it's you three. Of course it is. Who else could be causing so much chaos in my domain?
There's a long list of people. Potentially it could have been Mr. Greg Oshwaltz, who lives at number 5 Privet Lane.
Silence!
Nope.
Have you walked across the bridge at this point?
Sure. Yeah. Is there the walls of the chamber? Are they very far away?
Yeah. So it's the
From the center, I mean.
Yeah. So the gap between the bridge and the platform is about 10 feet, and it's kind of around that all the way around this chamber. So just imagine like a 10-foot wide moat around the circular platform.
Got it.
And stuff's just being dumped in from different chutes into the lava.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so as you walk across, I guess you walked across to get to the platform before Mum said anything.
Yeah.
So at that point, of course, in true boss fashion, the bridge retracts and the door shuts behind you.
My first question is why? Why? Why ally with this undead overlord?
Does it really matter?
I swear you sent someone to try and track us down and kill us, or...
I was only ever trying to help. You are all in desperate need of repairs.
Okay, well,
No,
I don't
fine.
appreciate that angle.
Well, I don't appreciate my realm being ransacked.
Sometimes we need to not seek to repair others, but first, repair ourselves.
Oh, that is it. You three are beyond repair. I'm breaking my golden rule and destroying you.
Don't you need to repair the rule you just broke?
That's quite enough from you. Prepare to die.
And we will roll for initiative.
Paradox. Cool.
So Cleo is up first. And of course, you can get off your quick draw crossbow.
Yes. Quick draw crossbow.
So for those of you listening at home, I've handed my players a little rough map that has separated the circular, very large circular chamber into quadrants. So if we refer to a quadrant, just assume it's just a corner of this circular platform. So as Mum's big blue eye turns angry red, Cleo gets to fire off her quick draw crossbow.
Alright. Alright, that 2 won't do anything. Unless you want it to, it can.
So Cleo fires off a bolt right in Mum's eye, and it just bounces off harmlessly.
You think you can hurt me with that piece of junk? You're pathetic.
Ouch.
And Mum's red eye begins to glow bright red as if it is gathering energy. Her eye is pointed at this quadrant of the arena. And now it is Cleo's turn. What do you do?
So by this quadrant, you mean the one we're in?
Yes.
So I dart to another quadrant.
Sure. So
There's one to your south or one to your east.
I go east.
Okay. 2. You're a D4.
Go east.
cool. Yeah, you rush off to your left. Mum is still pointed at the rest of the party. What do you do?
So there's no like kind of like machines that look like it's like Mum is the center of this thing. There's no like computers that look like it can shut down.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Cool. 16.
Cool. So looking more closely, so you can see that all the cables that she's suspended from are all connected to the top of this mechanical heart somehow. You're not sure what is going on beneath there technologically or technomagically, but you can make the assumption that this is the central unit that Mom operates from. You're not sure what removing those cables would do, but you assume probably a good thing. You also notice as well, looking at her more closely, along the surface of this mechanical heart, you can see all over, there are just markings. They look almost like writing, but they kind of resemble circuitry. And you could spend an action to try and figure out what those are, or you can take your turn.
I want to figure out what they are.
Sure, go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Come on.
Come on, Arcana. Oh, yes. 17, even though it was a -1.
Nice, though.
It's all coming back to you. The thing that you couldn't quite place before, the thing about Mum being Repaira. Yes, of course she's Repaira. She's Repaira's planar incarnate. She is Repaira. Those runes that look like circuitry over the surface of this heart are what designate her as Repaira. They spell out almost like the code of Repaira. You know that if an incarnate of a plane were to die, that plane would cease to exist. You know that not all planar incarnates are living. Some of them may be objects, but many of them are alive. Some of them are people. She's inextricably tied to this plane, and she is Repaira. She can not be on Repaira, but if she is killed, then the power of this plane will crumble. Do you have any other questions?
Does that mean that we go too?
Does it look like these circuitry can be moved around, or is it like
it is
engraved
into the metal of this heart?
Damn.
I think you know what these are from your legal knowledge, because there's xan'moxie being such a planar forward city, as center of the multiverse, a nexus of planar activity. It would deal with planar entities a lot, and there are a lot of laws regarding that. So that's probably why you know all this.
Yeah. Interesting.
That is your turn.
That is what I decided to do for now. Someone else do something. I'm busy reading.
As the two of you just see Cleo pondering as she's run away from this energy charging up. But it is Miriam's turn.
All right, let's do this. And she's going to split the difference and run into quadrant 3. So she's going to go to the right and be on the opposite end to Cleo.
Yep.
And move towards the platform edge where the heart is. And she's going to have a couple of swings at it with the bad boys, if she can. Can she?
Yes. You can cross into that quadrant. Yes, you can.
Yes.
So, yep. So you are in the closer area opposite Cleo.
Yes.
Yep. Cool. You absolutely can. As you pull out the bad boys and, hey, Miriam, we've been awfully silent.
I realize that. Let's get you two boys out there.
Go ahead and make me some attack rolls.
All right. First attack is... Oh, boy. Don't tell me I've wasted all my good rolls. That was a 10.
And that is going to miss.
Miss. And the second one is a... Fuck. That was a 1.
Oh, boy. As you were just smacking the bad boys into this mechanical heart armor plating.
You cannot hurt me with that measly thing. Wait a minute. I remember that hammer. That research facility. It's all coming back to me. Why must you three undermine everything that I do? I'm only trying to help.
And that is your turn.
Okay. Yeah.
And it is Tom's turn. You're staring down the barrel of Mum's glowing red eye that is gathering energy that you assume is going to fire off some kind of devastating laser blast. Miriam and Cleo have darted off in different directions. Don't seem to be doing anything at the moment.
Okay. Am I close enough to, like, slingshot something at her?
Absolutely. From this distance, you absolutely can. Miriam is close enough to qualify you for your sneak attack as well.
Okay. So, would I be able to use, like, a skewer?
Absolutely. Your trusty old skewer that has been carrying you through Repaira with your asparagus rubber band.
Yeah.
So go ahead and pull out a tool. It's down to a D8. So roll a D8. And if you get a 4 or less, you'll still pull it out, but it will reduce your supply. So you managed to cobble together another skewer launcher. You are now down to a D6. So if you roll a 4 or lower again when you pull something out, you'll probably run out of stuff, but you might still have stuff. But for the moment, you have assembled a makeshift weapon and can fire it off at Mum.
All right.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Yeah. So 21.
Yeah, that's going to hit her. So that'll be a D6 for your tool die plus your dexterity, and 4d6 for your sneak attack. Cool. And you land this skewer right in Mum's eye, and she flinches slightly before returning to her position.
Ow, ow, ow. A skewer, really?
You've dealt a pretty good chunk. Do you do anything else with your turn? You are still staring down the barrel of this.
Am I able to dash to?
Absolutely. So you've used your bonus action by pulling out your tools, but you can just do a regular move and move one section.
Which way do you want to go? Towards Cleo or towards me?
Towards Cleo.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Cool. So it is Mum's turn. And at the last second, just as Tom dashes out to the side, this laser fires out. As this gigantic ray of light cleaves through the area that you're in, damaging the platform. Go ahead and mark an X on the 2 sections in that quadrant. So this devastating blast almost destroys this platform, but it's still hanging on. It is cracked and crumbling. Some bits of it are falling into the lava that surrounds this chamber. Damaged spaces are treated as difficult terrain, so they cost double movement.
Okay.
And that's what happens at the start of Mum's turn, and now she gets to take her actual turn.
Oh my god.
No.
So first off, she's going to attack Miriam as a cable lashes down from above and tries to grab you. Oh, that's a crit!
No.
Oh boy!
Oh no. I'm finally gonna get defeated by Mum.
You say that every time.
We do.
We do.
We don't have, what was that amazing woman? Margaret? Was it Margaret?
Yeah, Margaret Manclerc the first.
Margaret Manclerc the first.
So that is going to
save
be
us.
21 damage. So not too bad for a crit.
Okay.
As a gigantic cable with 3 claws, like 3 talons,
take it.
just slams down from above and grabs Miriam. And you can feel it constrict you. Go ahead and make me a strength save to try and free yourself from this cable.
My strength save is 18.
You are not restrained, but you got a pretty good chunk taken out of you.
Yeah.
And then 2 other cables emerge from the ceiling and just grab junk that is falling out of these chutes that would have hit the lava. And she just flings bits of junk at Tom and Cleo.
Uh-oh.
This first one is going at Tom.
Uh-oh.
and will hit your AC. I believe. Yes, this will hit. So you will take 13 damage as a broken printer slams into you.
I'd like to use my uncanny dodge, please.
Cool. Yeah. So Tom dodges most of this printer and takes only half damage, which will be down to 8. But some of the as you dodge out of the way, some ink cartridges just fly out of it and still whack you in the face for that damage. I need you to make me a Constitution save.
Wait, I'll forget my number if I don't do this first. 29. 8 damage, yeah?
Yep.
And then what am I rolling?
And a con save.
Oh, I should have done that better, shouldn't I?
Yeah, roll better next time. That's your fault.
Was it a 6?
Yeah.
A 6.
And you are knocked prone by the force of these ink cartridges. And this other object goes at Cleo. And that will also hit you. This one is an anvil. It's the same anvil from before somehow. For 13 damage.
Are we aware that it's the same anvil?
It looks very similar.
All right.
Was the anvil
got
the thing that hit
acne.
you?
I think it hit Tom before.
Tom. This is becoming like a repeat villain. in our storyline.
This anvil. So Cleo takes 30 damage and needs to make me a con save.
Oh gosh.
Or be knocked over just as Tom was.
Constitution 17. I love these
Yep.
dice today.
You are not knocked over.
Not.
Anvil, you eat them for breakfast.
Ow.
Oh, sorry, Jack. You gave me 2d6s.
Oh, no. We won't, on principle.
And as Mom finishes throwing these objects, attacking the three of you, she's going to do one more thing as this heart begins to shake. And 6 small drones emerge from the ceiling and fly around. You'll make me investigation checks.
Investigation.
Incredible.
18. Why are these... I'm scared.
19.
Plus 4, so 9.
So Miriam and Cleo, you can recognize that these 6, there are 2 different kinds of drones. They look pretty flimsy. Probably just have to hit them. 3 of them emerge from the same area and appear to be flying towards the 3 of you. In fact, place 1 drone next to each of you. And they are bristling with electricity. And they look like they are primed to be charging at each of you. The other 3 seem to float closer to Mum, as mechanical arms emerge from them, little tiny hammers and screws. You think that they might be repairing her.
Damn it.
With your high investigations, I can tell you that they will... if you hit them, they will be destroyed, but if they make it to the start of Mum's next turn, they will do things. And that's the end of Mum's turn. And she also turns toward Miriam, and her laser begins firing up again.
For that quadrant.
You are all incompetent. You cannot stop me. I am the mother of maintenance. I rule Repaira. You are not worthy of repair. I will grind you into dust.
But it is Cleo's turn. There is a drone covered in electricity flying right at you. You are not prone. Mum is facing away from you.
And you are the only person who knows that maybe destroying her is not the best idea. But that's fine. You do what you want with that information.
I yell. Maybe destroying her is not the best idea, but Mom, don't listen.
You are correct. Even if you could, killing me would be unwise.
Yes, we should repair you.
I am a flawless being. I do not require repair.
Oh. What else is around me? Like what? So I've looked at the kind of like ruins rather on the floor.
Oh no, the
on the
ruins that are
heart.
on
Sorry.
the heart. Yep. So there's the cables above. There's the lava moat around the circular arena. There are the chutes that are just depositing junk to be incinerated here down in the core. in various parts of the wall. They're a bit higher up across the other sides.
And the heart, like itself,
Mm-hmm.
like what is that? Like any weak spots in that?
From your assessment before, you think that the cables might be a weaker spot. The eye itself as well. When Tom fired off that skewer right in the eye, it seemed to be quite effective. But so long as you're hitting Mum and hitting her, it's probably all about the same for you.
Cool. Can I lightning lure on the cables?
I think they're too far away.
Ah,
That
okay.
only has a 15-foot range.
No, like 30-foot, right?
I also tell you, because you also roll high investigation, that Mom appears to be immune to lightning damage.
All right, then I will not do that. All right, I will Eldritch Blast the thing flying.
Sure. Fire off that first one.
All right. Yes. 21.
Sure. That's going to hit, and you destroy it without having to roll damage.
Perfect.
As it makes a beeline for you, and you just destroy it immediately, and you have a second Eldritch Blast. Where would you like to fire it? Your range is big enough that you can basically target anything in this room.
And the eye is on the opposite side.
Mm-hmm. But you could, attacking Mum from any angle will still be the same.
Oh, okay, then I attack.
Sure. There are also the 5 other drones. 3 of them are repair drones. 2 of them left are going to attack Miriam and Tom.
Oh, good point.
But you
I
can
attack one that looks like going for Tom.
Sure. Tom is nearby, so that makes sense.
Oh my god, yes, 23.
Sure. And you destroy these 2 drones. Bam, bam. Do you know anything else?
We need to think of something around this.
And it is Tom's turn. You are prone. It'll cost half your movement to get up. After which you will not be able to move into another area unless you dash as an action. Or use your bonus action to dash, which means you can't pull out a tool.
But you don't need to.
That's okay, because I don't even move, right?
My quadrant's the one that's lit up, not yours.
Yeah.
But you need to move closer to... I guess you can just throw something. Yeah, cool. So yeah, you can just get up.
All right. So hang on, because I've got enough. What is that?
You've got half your regular movement.
Yep. So if you wanted to move, you'd have to use a bonus action or an action to actually move anywhere consequential.
Right. Okay. That's okay. I don't need to move. But you're saying for me to be able to hit any of these drones, I'd have to like throw something.
Mm-hmm. Or Mum herself, you'd have to throw something. But you can just throw a dagger. If you hit Mum, you'll qualify for sneak attack because Miriam is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Up in her junk.
Okay. Well, maybe I should go for her.
Sure. Go ahead and roll to hit her. As you throw, I assume, a cleaver or a knife of some description.
Yeah. It's a paring knife, so it's small, but it's real sharp. So 14.
That will not hit, unfortunately, as it just hits her, hits the metal of his heart and just falls off.
Wooden skewers and kitchen knives. Do you really think you can kill me with kitchen implements?
Well, the skewer hurt, didn't it?
Don't you talk back to me.
Don't talk to me.
Yes, it is. Sorry, it should have been Miriam's turn before Tom.
Oh.
But
Okay.
It doesn't matter, so it is Miriam's turn.
Sure. She's going to try again with the bad boys, but this time she's going to throw them at the one drone that is about to attack her.
Attack you?
Attack me,
Yep.
yeah.
Cool.
And then the other one that's about to... one of the repair drones
Sure.
as well.
So avoiding her entirely?
So the first one is... 25. And then the second one is... is a 11.
And only the first one is able to hit, so you managed to destroy the drone that was poised to charge into you.
Yeah.
As the bad boys continue flying upward, but doesn't quite reach the height of these repair drones.
Mm-hmm.
And as they fall back into your hands, you can just hear them go, woohoo! Do you do anything else with your turn?
I'm going to look around. So, yeah, Cleo yelled out, destroying her isn't the best bet, or something along those lines.
Oh,
maybe.
the eye is also pointed at you.
The eye is... oh, yeah, I should move. All right, well, she's going to move to quadrant 4, so to her right. Again.
Yep. So opposite the entrance that you came in.
Yes. And I guess, I mean, she's used her action, so she can't really do much. But is there anything of note in this area?
What are you looking for? The
Like
chute's depositing junk. There's Mum herself.
There's Mum herself. Is there like a big disable Mum switch, maybe?
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Okay. That's not bad for my. It's a 16.
You think you've found everything you can find?
Yeah.
There's nothing hiding. What's there is there. You don't really know what's going on with these circuit T-looking rooms that Cleo has semi-mentioned. But yeah, there's no switch or anything unless you could get inside Mum somehow.
Okay. I start thinking, get inside Mum somehow. Okay, cool. And I end my turn.
Cool. Then it is Mum's turn. So at the start of her turn, this laser fires off, damaging that quadrant. If you can mark those X's.
Just stop moving and die. Just cooperate for once in your lives.
She does not regain a use of her ability that lets her spawn drones.
Oh, that's good.
But the 3 repair drones that are left will heal her.
That's bad.
For a total of 18, I guess I can tell you. But she won't be summoning them this round because she can't. So she's going to then continue attacking you. Miriam's still in melee range, so she will attack you with a cable again. Which is going to miss. You manage to definitely dodge another cable that descends from the ceiling, and she continues flinging junk at Tom and Cleo. This first one going at Tom is going to hit for 8 damage.
No.
You uncannily dodge and take only 4 damage, but you need to make another con save or fall prone again.
Butt up in the air. That's why I imagine prone is every time. It's just like butt up, like oh no.
15.
Cool. So you do not fall prone.
No falling prone for
You only
me.
take the 4 damage. What do you get hit by? Tell me that does you 4 damage.
What was?
She's just throwing junk. She threw a
Oh,
printer
right.
last time.
It is a fax machine.
It's not broken. It's just obsolete.
Yeah,
This is not
no
anymore.
longer.
Essentially, it's broken.
Yeah, it's broken in the universe. Because it's not
Yeah,
necessary.
so you dodge most of it, but again, the phone that is connected to the springy cord just flies off and whacks you in the face for 4 damage.
What a full fantasy universe we've created.
And it's one that's
Fax
got that.
machines.
It's got that. That paper that's like just one big long sheet. That's got the,
Oh,
like,
yeah, with the
Yeah.
the holes that we
Yeah.
printed paper, bank paper.
That
Yeah.
also hurts you somehow.
Yeah.
Like paper cuts.
Paper cuts.
As Mum flings another object at Cleo, which is also going to hit.
Boo. I don't want it to.
I mean, if you can raise your AC to 21, it won't.
do it.
Then it hits me hard.
Cool, so you're going to take 9 damage and make a con save against falling prone.
Alright, 9. Cool. Falling prone every day, and I'm prone. Boom, boom, boom. I got a 2.
You fall over as a broken radio falls off playing that song from the chute, passing you.
I like the idea that it flies into me and it hits me, and I'm like, ow! It just stands there for a second, and then just falls over.
As Mum's eye swings around to your quadrant, and she begins charging up her laser. And that is her turn. The drones that repaired her seem to have depleted themselves repairing her, so they are gone.
Okay, that's good.
So she is facing where Tom and Cleo are. Cleo is prone, and it is Cleo's turn. So if you get up, you won't be able to move unless you spend your action.
Okay, that's fine.
You could also crawl while prone, but movement is still halved. So.
Because can I use Fey teleportation to get back up somewhere else?
Oh, I will allow you to use Fey teleportation and get up as part of that, so you won't have to spend your movement to get up.
Cool.
So you can move 30 feet in any direction, so you can move a quadrant, and then you could keep moving if you wanted to.
I want to go back to a damaged one because that's like, I want to still be like
It would have to
flanking
be quadrant 1.
quadrant one.
Sure.
I still want to be flanking
On the far
them.
side, not the close side.
What's the most opposite side to where you guys are?
Oh, so you can.
Does he have
Quadrant
to-
1 is
Okay,
fine,
quadrant
but
one,
because
yeah.
there's 2 zones, the far zone and the close zone, where you have to be for melee range. But I assume you're in the far zone.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're there. You
So quadrant 1.
So Cleo blinks from the ground, and you feel like you're on steady ground, but you don't have to walk yet, so it's fine. As you are out of the way for Mom to blast you with a laser, and you still have your action.
Cool. I yell, any ideas about overcoming this invincible thing would be very good.
And I fire 2 more Eldritch Blasts.
Cool. Go ahead.
Blasts?
Go ahead and
Fire
blast her.
Eldritch Blasts?
Go ahead and blast.
Oh, one got a 17.
That'll hit her.
And another one got 23.
That'll hit. Roll
Wow.
damage for both.
I'm blasting.
You're blasting off.
I think
you
blasting actually is another term for shooting up, so maybe I would.
Are. Oh, that's true.
Don't blast at your mother.
So one's a 9 and one is a 12.
Cool. So 21 all up. You deal a very hefty blow to Mum as parts of her armor fall off from your magical spells. And I believe that is your turn because you've used all your actions. Oh, you can still move if you wanted to, but
No, I'm fine.
cool. So it is Miriam's turn.
We have to get to a heart, maybe in the non-literal way, in the like make her have a change of heart way. I know it's going to be hard, but I can't see another way. Why am I so Scottish all of a sudden?
Quit monologuing and face me, you coward.
Quit monologuing and face me, you coward. That's a brilliant line.
Come here, you big solid metal hugger of a thing. And then she's going to use her new feature that she got at 7th level, Ethereal Step. So she's going to run up. I don't know if this is going to work. And she's going to try and literally reach inside the heart.
Sure. So, I mean, when you do this, your whole body physically goes into the ethereal plane. So
Yeah.
you disappear. You are able to pass your hand through this mechanical heart, and it just goes through, and you can feel buzzing on the other end. But you're not sure if you can affect anything from just out here. Could you make me an Arcana check?
Yes, something I'm good at. It's a 10.
You know that the ethereal plane has something to do with the web back in xan'moxie. You know, the literal web.
Oh,
the
yes.
ethereal plane that carries information and data. But
Right.
you're not quite sure of the specifics.
Okay.
But yes, you've pushed your hand through into Mom on the ethereal plane. Tom and Cleo have just seen Miriam just have a monologue and then just blink out of existence.
Okay, so this lasts till the end of my turn. So I'm going to try and, like, while my hands extended into her in the ethereal plane, I'm going to try and maybe just communicate as, like, maybe it doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to fight each other to the death. We should talk about it. If you are a mum, then you'd want to make things right.
Could you make me a strength save?
Okay. It's a 14.
You can feel yourself being pulled into the heart itself.
Oh.
But you are resisting it unless you want to. Your ethereal step will end this round.
I'm not going to resist it. I will be pulled into the heart.
You are pulled into the heart, and we see a cheap CGI sequence from the 90s when someone enters cyberspace.
Oh my god. Wait, but for reality, can we have that my ethereal step ends just a little bit before that, so you see my like feet wiggling inside the heart, and they just get...
You see Miriam being pulled in.
What are you... No, get out of there. Stop it.
Do I see like Windows screensavers from the early 2000s?
We'll get back to you on your turn.
Oh,
So
damn
you're
it!
Traveling through the cyber tunnel. Is that an action to do?
That was a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Actually, so no, you still have a turn left. So you're traveling through into this mechanical heart, and you think you are traveling into... you think you're stuck now in the ethereal plane, which is where all this digital data is being transmitted, and you emerge in a kitchen. You are in a nice suburban home. Everything is just a really bright yellow. The wallpaper is polka dot. Everything's just nice. Just a nice suburban home.
Okay. I look around and call it. Hello, anyone home? No, I'll just make a cuppa then. Maybe 2.
And you hear footsteps coming down the hall.
Oh, are you home already?
And we cut back to Tom's turn. As you just saw Miriam disappear, and then her legs flailing as she disappeared inside this mechanical hut.
So can I get into?
Roll me an Arcana check.
20 or natural 20.
Oh, nat 20.
It's 21.
Tom is the
You know all Arcana.
Tom is the tech savviest of the group.
Obviously.
And you know that data is stored on the ethereal plane, and you think that Miriam somehow went to the ethereal plane, and that's how she was able to get inside the hut. You don't think you could replicate that unless you had a way of entering the ethereal plane.
Right. So I can't do that.
Do we have an ethereal key? Is that a thing?
Oh, do you guys have the Rift Drive engine?
Yeah.
So the ethereal plane is kind of like, it's like an atmospheric layer, I guess. Like in any plane, the ethereal plane is also just there as like, it's like
an onion skin.
Like an onion skin. Like you can't see it, but things on the ethereal plane can see you. It's like a different space. So you couldn't really travel to the ethereal plane with the planar key.
Okay.
Oh, I'm on my own. Good luck.
Well, then it feels like I can't really do anything because I can't really.
I mean, yeah, you can't follow Miriam, but also you're not sure what's going on inside. For the moment, you are you prone? No, you didn't fall over. For the moment, you were just staring down at this giant red eye that is about to fire its laser in your direction.
Oh, is it on my quadrant?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, then I'll move.
Towards
to the
where I was?
undamaged one.
Can I not get to the other one?
You can get to where Cleo is, or
But where Cleo is also damaged, so it's more movement to get there.
Is everything damaged except for the one I'm on?
no, I'm not. This one's not
Yeah.
damaged.
Can I go somewhere else?
So you want to go here?
Yeah, sure. So you step out of the way. Do you do anything with your action?
No.
Cool. So you're just gonna wait. I guess you can just dodge. So use your action to dodge, and attacks against you will be made at advantage. Disadvantage.
Why would I do that?
Yeah. Cool. So it is back to Mum's turn as the laser fires off in that quadrant, damaging it. And then she is just, her eyes just darting around. And
Stop it. Get out of my head. Stop looking. Stop it.
and her cables are just flailing around. And she is going to... none of you are enraged for her cable attack, so she'll just continue flinging stuff. She flings something at Cleo, which will hit.
She has a habit of doing that. Has anyone told her to stop?
Jesus.
Okay.
They're just very good at being hit.
I rolled preemptively rolled my constitution at 22.
Very good. So you do not fall prone. You do take 12 damage. But also, as this object is flung into you on this damaged area, the floor crumbles away.
Oh gosh.
I need you to make me a dex save. Or fall into the lava.
Dex?
Mm-hmm.
16.
Cool. You manage to grab onto the ledge in front of you. So you're still in the same quadrant, but you're just on the front. It's still damaged there. But as this platform crumbles away into the lava, you only just manage to hold on.
Remember if you attack.
I don't think I attacked. And Mum flings an object at Tom with disadvantage. And still hits you even with the disadvantage.
Damn.
You'll take 3 damage if you uncanny dodge, because you haven't needed to use your reaction for anything else. And we'll need to make another save against falling prone.
10.
Cool. You fall prone as Mum turns her eye into the last undamaged quadrant and begins charging up, where Tom is now prone. And we're back to Cleo's turn. You are hanging from a ledge, about to fall into some lava.
I would like to climb off that ledge.
Sure. You get up. That would be your movement for the turn. You are standing on a damaged area behind Mum, up close in melee range.
I climb up and I ask, I summon Sandra.
Hello, boss. Oh, it's hot down here. What's going on?
The ethereal plane. How do you get there?
I mean, I kind of travel through it.
Well, go find Miriam and help Miriam. They're in there. And I gesture to the big heart mechanical monster thing.
Sure thing. And she blinks out of existence. As she's doing so, she looks like as if she's flying toward the hut.
Cool.
And with your voice of the Chainmaster, you can perceive through your familiar senses on any plane of existence.
Well
Look
done.
at me knowing how to D&D.
Literally, before recording the session today, Jack was looking at AJ's sheet and it was like, you never use this. Why did you even pick this?
Well. Look at me. Eat shit.
Eat shit, Jack. I'll just allow you to just see through Sandra's senses, which would normally be an action as part of this as well, as your senses are taken into the ethereal plane inside the hut. Your body is still here on a damaged area, and you can't perceive through your own senses while you're looking through.
Wait,
Sandra.
did you get off the ledge first?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
I climbed up.
But Sandra appears in this kitchen next to Miriam and looks around, and you, Cleo, can see and speak through her.
What's going on here, Miriam?
And it's Miriam's turn.
Oh, okay. So where are we? So we're in a kitchen, like a retro kitchen.
Mm-hmm. So footsteps come down the hall.
Oh, are those my darlings I hear?
A woman enters the room, and it appears to be a faceless human woman. She's in a large, colorful polka dot dress with perfectly neat hair coming down at her sides in a short little mum cut, and she's got big pearls hanging from her neck. She is entirely without a face, and moves with almost jerky movements.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, darlings, you're home from school already. You must be famished. Let me fix you something to eat.
Sure. Yes, that would be nice. Listen, Mum.
What is it, my dear?
If we were to ever fight, how would we make you feel better?
I don't understand the question. Why would we ever fight, sweet thing?
In this world, people don't always get on. We come at things from different angles, and sometimes people think broken things are fixed, and fixed things are broken, but sometimes, we just need to look after ourselves and not hurt each other so much. I guess I'm getting confused. What I'm trying to say is, how would we be able to help you?
Nonsense. I am your mother. I am supposed to fix things for you. Now, take a seat and have some food.
Okay, I sit down.
And that's Miriam's turn.
Yeah.
It is Tom's turn. You are standing in the last undamaged quadrant as Mum's eye is staring directly at you, charging up this laser. Cleo appears to be in some kind of trance across from you. You saw Sandra appear and then disappear, and now Cleo is kind of just standing there with her eyes almost rolled back to her head. And you can hear behind you, from one of the chutes that junk is falling out of into the lava to be incinerated, you can hear a large rattling sound, almost like bones.
I don't really know what to do, because if you're stuck in there, I can't attack it. I can't move anywhere.
Well, maybe you could disable the eye or something? Or I don't know.
I mean, Cleo is very vulnerable right now.
That's true.
She's just standing there. She can't see through her own senses.
I'm always quite vulnerable.
Can I just, knock her out of it?
You could, with your Arcana check from before, knowing so much about the ethereal plane, you'll knock her out of this trance, and she'll probably just be back here and present, and she'll have to go back there to perceive through her familiar senses. But it's more that her body is unattended at the moment, and she's standing on a cracked platform next to lava.
So can I move to where she is, or is that going to be a problem?
You should probably move anyway because you're gonna get attacked by the laser if you stay there.
Exactly. Yeah, if you can get to Cleo with a bonus action dash, and then if you wanted to use your zoomies, you could grab her and move her somewhere else. But as it stands,
Why does she need to move?
well, I mean, I guess not. But it's more that I guess after this turn, all of these areas will be cracked, and it looks like Mum's fling attack destroys the ground beneath your feet if it is damaged.
But they're all damaged. So
They're about to be.
They're about to be.
what's not damaged?
This place you're standing in, but that's about to be lasered. So I guess it's more just keeping Cleo safe, or yourself safe at this point.
But where would I move her, I guess, is the point. Like, there's nowhere I can
Nowhere
move her
this
that's-
turn, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe just being close by next turn.
I mean, if you were next to Cleo, you'd be able to help her while she is unattended. From
Yeah,
her
that's
body.
fine.
Cool.
I'll
Yeah,
just
so you
move
move to Cleo. You can dodge again if you want.
Sure.
Sure. So you are dodging. It's back to Mum's turn. The laser fires off, damaging that last area as this whole place seems to be crumbling down. And she is able to make a melee attack because you are next to her. So a cable is going to shoot down at Cleo.
Poor Cleo.
With advantage because you are unattended, which will hit
Will no one attend me?
for 13 damage.
Oh my
I
god.
need you to make me a concentration save.
Let me just do math first. Darling, hold up. One has to do math. What is it again?
13.
No, sorry, the Constitution, right?
Constitution
Oh, no,
saving
this
throw.
is a saving. This is a strength save. As a different attack, as the cable descends upon you.
Oh, straving scent throw.
Actually, you are unconscious. So, actually, sorry. I got confused. No, this is concentration. So yeah, make that concentration check, which is Constitution.
Saving throw.
Yes.
Okay, 12.
Cool. So you are still in the ethereal plane, perceiving through Sandra, but your body is now being restrained and held in this cable. As she fires, throws objects at both you and Tom. Tom has disadvantage. She has disadvantage on the attack against Tom because Tom is dodging and misses as an object just flies past you. Completely missing the platform, not destroying its feet. But then she throws something at Cleo and has advantage because she's restrained, but disadvantage because she's up close. Rolls normally and hits you.
I am it.
For another 15 damage.
Oh my god.
Okay, Cleo is unconscious right now.
No!
You are dying in the clutches of this cable.
Yes.
Neither of these objects managed to hit the platform, so this platform is still up. But then the eye swivels to the two of you and begins charging up again. And we are back to... Well, at this point, Cleo and Miriam can act simultaneously because you're kind of out of combat in another area, but it's Cleo and Miriam's turn. Sandra is in this kitchen with you. You can perceive through her. It is technically Cleo's turn. Mum has just asked the two of you to sit down at the table and have dinner.
Mum,
Yes, darling.
you're hurting me.
Nonsense. I would never hurt you.
So using... Okay, you can speak and use your familiar senses. Sandra is a sentient being, correct?
Yeah.
No, a celestial being.
Yep.
Does Sandra have the ability to do empath type?
I mean, she's like kind of based off the Sprite stat block, which has like heart sight,
Oh yeah, true.
which this is so wild. I never considered any of this.
Okay, yes, no.
But
heart
isn't
sight.
that D&D at its base?
Exactly.
I wheel myself over to Mum and I use heart sight to glimpse into my own current being, a little bit shocked, and also like her strangling
Oh, yeah.
me
Yeah. So,
and being dead,
So you-
unconscious.
So you're using heart sight on yourself to know your emotional state, and then you're projecting that to Mom.
Yeah.
Cool.
Why are you hurting me, Mum?
Oh, what is going on? No, I must fix.
Inside this space, you can see this kitchen just flicker. It glitches out, and you just, for a moment, you just see like an empty, messy, destroyed kitchen.
I would never hurt you, would I? I was made to
And it is Miriam's turn, and Mom looks a bit shaken, and you saw this glitch as well.
You know, you don't have to want to hurt people to hurt them. Sometimes you don't mean to initially, or you do things out of a want to fix things, but it can still hurt people. Sometimes everything is not as good as it looks.
But I can fix it all. I can make it better.
Things can't always be fixed.
But if I can fix everything, what can I do?
As the kitchen continues to flicker,
You can ask for help.
I cannot need help. I do not need repairs.
Everyone needs help, and right now my friend Cleo needs help.
and the kitchen continues to flicker, and you can see the surrounds outside Mum at this point. You can see Cleo is being strangled by this mechanical cable. Tom is struggling to stay standing as this whole core is falling apart.
Oh, did I do this?
You did. But we can fix it if we help each other.
Please, I need help. How can I fix this?
We talk about it till we understand each other.
Perhaps you are right. Perhaps I need fixing.
We all need fixing sometimes.
And back outside in the room, the grip on Cleo begins to loosen. And she just is gently placed on the ground on this crumbling platform. And you are moved to a slightly different platform that is slightly more stable. The laser begins to power down. And inside here, Mom just continues to flicker. And
how can I undo everything? There is no coming back from everything I've done.
Well, that's only true if you believe that's the case. The path may be long, but we can find a way for this not to be the only way the story ends.
My programming is flawed. I am unable to fulfill Repaira's purpose. I must be terminated.
If we destroy you, then the whole plane stops existing.
Perhaps that would be best for the multiverse.
Are we still in the kitchen in the ethereal
flickering
plane?
in and out. You can still
Okay.
see what's happening around you. And in fact, I will cut away from that point. Technically, that was her turn, and
Yeah.
Cleo and Miriam's, unless you want to do anything.
I'm unconscious.
Oh, Sandra.
Oh.
You are dying, but your mind is still Sandra.
Revive me, goddammit.
But yes, also make a death saving throw. Thank you for reminding me that you are dying.
Thank you. I'm always here to remind people that I'm constantly dying. 17 plus
Cool.
something.
That's a success. So it's Tom's turn. You are still standing here. You don't know what's going on the inside. But then this rattling gets louder as a jumble of bones crashes through one of the chutes and forms a little bridge of stairs from the chute as down walks Lilia Mortris with a retinue of undead soldiers. And she strides into the chamber. These bones reinforce some of the platform that was destroyed where she is emerging. She's across the room from you, Tom.
You seem to have made a mess of things.
What do you mean?
It seems everything is coming apart. Where is the other one? Is she alive?
in there.
Interesting. What are you just standing around for? Finish the job. Kill her.
Well, no, because Miriam's in there. Gotta wait.
Must I do everything myself?
As she motions for her undead soldiers to march into the room, as she begins channeling a spell.
You've done well enough. You can run home now. I have no use for you.
Wasn't that a thrilling conclusion? Join us next time for another riveting installment of Dungeons and Drag Quiz! Dungeons and Drag Quiz is a production of Cleo and the Queens. For more information, head to thequeens.com.au. That's the kwqueens.com.au. The City of xan'moxie is written and run by the DM up in your DMs, Pete Distapan. The sultry voice of Cleo Fallcharges was none other than AJ Lamarck. Ranger Park Ranger Miriam Gargoyles was, of course, Jack Gorman. The terrific tones of Tomcat provided courtesy of Candace Gallimore. Titles, credits, and additional writing performed by the disembodied voice of Ryan James Pearson. And a special thanks to Danny Johnstone of D Johnstone Music for the D&DQ theme song. Follow D&DQ AU on Twitter and Facebook to stay up to date with the latest D&DQ news. That's all for now. Until next time, the City of xan'moxie bids you adieu.